The last train of the night hummed through the dark tunnel, slicing through the silence of the city. Inside it was almost completely empty, except for a young college student named Aiko. She was leaning against the cool glass of the window, clutching her phone, the screen black and lifeless. The battery was dead. Above her, the fluorescent lights weren't behaving normally. They flickered in these rapid, stuttering pulses, almost like they were taking shallow, panicked breaths. The train began to slow, the brakes screeching as it pulled into Shinjuku Station. With a final shudder, it came to a complete stop. The doors hissed open, inviting passengers to board, but no one did. The platform was deserted. There wasn't a single sound, no distant footsteps, no muffled announcements, not even the usual city hum. This was Tokyo. It was never this quiet, not even at 3 in the morning. Aiko straightened up, a frown creasing her forehead. This felt wrong. "Hello," she called out, her own voice startling her. It echoed down the empty platform with a strange, metallic ring, as if bouncing off invisible walls. A moment later, the train doors hissed shut, sealing her inside. But the train didn't move. It just sat there, waiting in the unsettling quiet. Then, something outside her window caught her eye. A silhouette stepped into view from the shadows of a concrete pillar. It was tall, unnaturally thin, almost as if someone had stretched it from both ends like a piece of taffy. It stood perfectly still for a second before its head tilted at an impossible angle. The lights inside the car flickered violently again, and in that split second of strobe-like light, she saw its face, or rather, the lack of one. There were no eyes, no nose, no mouth, just a smooth, terrifying canvas of skin. Suddenly, the train lurched forward, throwing her back in her seat. Her heart hammered against her ribs, a frantic drumbeat of pure terror. She scrambled away from the window, stumbling to another seat further down the car, her eyes still locked on the spot where the figure had been, but it was gone from the platform, because now it was inside the train with her. It stood at the far end of the car, a silent, featureless sentinel, facing her. Its very presence seemed to suck the air out of the car, making it cold and hard to breathe. Aiko was frozen, trapped. The lights flickered again. When they returned, the figure was closer, 10 seats away. Her breath hitched in her throat. Flicker. The lights went out and came back on in a flash, 5 seats away. Her mind was screaming, but no sound came out. Flicker. It was standing right in front of her, so close she could feel an unnatural cold radiating from it. She squeezed her eyes shut, bracing for the worst. She felt the feather-light touch of cold fingers brushing against her cheek. And then, the lights went out completely, plunging her into absolute, suffocating darkness. When the light finally returned, it was dim and different. Aiko wasn't on the train anymore. She was standing alone on a darkened, unfamiliar platform. The air was thick with the smell of rust and decay. A few feet away, a rusted sign hung crookedly. In faded letters it read, "Last stop, passengers who should not exist." A cold dread washed over her as she felt a presence behind her. She didn't need to turn around to know what it was. She could feel its gaze, even without eyes. She heard a soft stretching sound, the sound of hands spreading wide, ready to embrace her. Aiko was never seen again. But the story doesn't quite end there. Every now and then, late-night commuters in Tokyo report a strange sight. A ghost train, completely empty, rattling past the station without stopping. And if they look closely, they say you can sometimes see the faint image of a young girl, her face pressed against the glass, her hands banging on the windows, screaming a scream that makes no sound at all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy stories that explore the darker side of our world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You never know what's lurking just around the next corner. Stay safe out there.